I figure anybody who would choose to do a thesis, a master's thesis or an undergraduate thesis, whichever you said, exit through the gift shop, might not only find what we are doing interesting, but you probably have some things to offer us in terms of knowledge about what it was all about, and the people involved, and what kind of impact it's had, and what kinds of follow-up things have happened. Excuse me, I'm eating some pretzel sticks and having a beer. I'm exhausted, and I'm not quite up for getting my thoughts all together right now. There's a great deal that I could talk to you about, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time tonight, partly because I have to go to sleep. I have a long day tomorrow. But maybe a couple of pieces could help. One, what's happening right now? There was a face-to-face contact. We, who use the radio, quote unquote, the OHAMC radio. It's a OHAMC. It's got some meaning, OHAMC, but it doesn't matter at this point what the meaning is. OHAMC radio is a infinitely scalable prototype in which people communicate in ways that are both public and a bit underground. We like to have a first contact with new people who become familiar with what OHAMC radio is. We like that first contact to be face-to-face because we feel that is fundamentally different from the way things are moving in terms of people communicating more and more electronically and less and less face-to-face, and also because electronic communication is searchable, it might be permanent. Everything that's being done through electronic media might be being kept for all we know. And whereas we OHAMC radio users do not believe that our every word right now is being monitored, we're not paranoid conspiracy theorists, we do believe that down the road some of the things we say might be something that others, particularly others who entrenched interests, who do not like the fact that people are beginning to communicate without their knowledge and organize without their knowledge. Talking 10, 15, 20 years from now, when this infinitely scalable prototype has grown to have millions, maybe billions of people around the world who are not in it for the pecuniary benefit of large corporate interests, but rather because we believe that we're here on this earth to do more than fritter away our time. And since the world is kind of heading in a rather scary, dangerous direction, of which another movie, many of us think, The Matrix, provides a not an unreasonable vision of or extrapolation of what we're currently doing right now. Just moving it out into the future. How long will it be before people decide to go on on virtual vacations, because it's a lot cheaper and you can do anything you want. You can order whatever. On my vacation, I'll do this. Just like people in Zynga, are ordering their virtual tractors, except that's to play a game. But hey, what if we get hooked up into a virtual reality vacation provider? And well, we could even look a little bit further down the road when somebody wins on a great game show, sort of the kind of game show that has some elements of it like in the Hunger Games, where it's a big, great honor for the first person to be given the chance to go on a permanent vacation, live their whole life according to their desires. How many people would actually buy into that? Anyway, that's down the road, and of course, who knows what's going to happen. But we're trying to think about how we could build the foundations. There's an Isaac Asimov term, foundation. How could we build a foundation of a better society, a society that's more human values based? Exit-Through-The-Gift-Sho gives us some ideas about how we could communicate in public, but without those who the owners say. I'll just use that as a shorthand for the billionaires rather, and not all that long down the road, trillionaires, especially if we throw in corporate entities as well as individuals. The increased number of incredibly wealthy, the concentration of wealth that knows no national boundaries, doesn't really care if one country goes down the tubes as long as the overall pot that is owned by those who have immense concentrations of power and wealth. As long as they profit, what do they care what their citizenship happens to be? They could buy any citizenship they want. They could buy governments if they want. So, please, Ms. Exit-Through-The-Gift-Sho thesis writer, please let us, stay in touch with us. Use the comments to indicate that you've heard this and are interested in maybe talking to us sometime. Maybe we'll meet in Union Square or the Central Park or Prospect Park. We're in Brooklyn, right? So maybe a nice place. We may meet and toss around ideas and maybe do a little dancing and singing if we like. Because after all, if we're going to change the world, as Gandhi said, well, how do we do it? We each can become the change we seek in the world. And if in fact many of us do it, and we can increase the numbers of people who do it, and we support each other, in each just becoming the most we can each be, well, the world will change for our children and our children's children, and for us as we get older.